Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining the show. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Let's go ahead and speak to everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning, feeling blessed and not stressed. Got your coffee and or tea and getting where you need to be this morning. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So SD Warren is first. So good morning, Miss SD Warren. My Maz Rose Armstead is in the building. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Washington, for being here. Thank you, Deborah Banks. Thanks for being here. Sheila Washington is here. Tammy Fox is in the building. Angela Cuff is in the building. Good morning. Mary Giles, good morning. Ronnie, good morning. Sweet Vern. Tam C is in the building. Big Steak is here. Brown Eyes, what's up? Scorpion, miss my other mods in the building. My mods are in here this morning. Good morning. Shirley Terry, good morning. Mashonda Jackson, AA Notary. Y'all better get over there and get your notary service done by Miss Mashonda Jackson because she gonna do you right. I'm sending y'all over there. I'm sending some business over there. All right. Now we gotta support black businesses, so y'all support her. Playtime, thanks for being here. Vicky B, thanks for being here. Miss Mary. Delicia Dismilk is in the building. Felicia is here. Cupcake Mamas. Deborah Johnson, Nikki B, Darling Mungum. Hello. April RN Virgo. If y'all get sick up in here now, y'all better call on April because she is an RN. Come on now. All right, Cassandra D, good morning. Redo 6 is here, and Thom is here. Purple Unicorn. All right, that is a content creator. You guys check her out. Beautiful work. Okay. Who else we got? Wanda, the nurse advocate. We got another nurse. Now, anybody falling out of here this morning laughing too hard because we're going to be acting a fool a little bit, y'all better call on one of these nurses. We got 2 nurses in here. So let them go ahead and do you right. All right, Audrey Williams, good morning. Teresa Williams, good morning. Alan Ford, good morning. Tyrone Phillip, you better call Tyrone. Hey, Tyrone. All right, who else is here? Denise Slay, I see you here. Darlene Mungum, Canadian Queen. Hey, Nikki B, Babette B. Hey, Simple Mom Family TV, that is a content creator. Y'all check her out as well. All right. Say, LOL, we got you. Yeah, y'all, hey. All right, see the RN, she said she got you. So anybody fall out, they need, and I don't do no mouth to mouth. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all do that. Nurses, y'all do that. Anybody need that mouth to mouth shit, y'all got it. Cause I don't know COVID and all that. And I'm a germaphobe, so yeah. So thank y'all. Kim, I see you. Mary Jacobs, I see you. All right, so let's get on into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Why my voice already cracking? All right, so let's get started. Lord. Is that Tyra? Is Tyra here? Tyra. Good morning, Tyra. Tyra isn't here. Good morning. I got 3 miles in here. All right, so let's get it, honey. Let's get into our politics. Y'all know that's first. We like to get our politics out the way first, and then we jump into the mess. And child, we got some mess to talk about this morning. Yes, we do. We got some asses to drag too. So y'all bear with me, honey, as we get through the mess. All right, so the governor of Indiana, honey, Mike Bond, believes the interracial marriage law should be left up to the states to decide, like Roe versus Wade. Now, I disagree with that because love is love. You love who you want to love. This is not the 1920s where you walking down the street with a interracial couple and people giving you that look like, ugh. Now, sometimes black women, we still kind of get in our feelings when we see our good black man out here with a snow bunny and whatnot. We kind of feel a little way, kind of like Shannon Sharp. But it's not like that to where we feel like laws should be involved in telling people who they should love and or be with. Okay, you love who you want to love. If you want to marry someone outside your race, you do that. That's your business. All right. People out here saying I was married to a Mexican. It's a lie. But marry who you want. Shit. Love is love. Okay. Mexicans need love too. Black people need love too. Caucasians and snow bunnies need love too. Let's get into this. Republican Governor Mike Bond has been on record calling for interracial marriage laws to be decided by the state and not a mandate federally. Okay, it says that this would have a sweeping, groundbreaking effect similar to the overturn of Roe versus Wade. I think that's a little bit too far. Why does that matter? What a person do when they get married? Now, y'all see, they're also trying to reverse the marriages of same-sex marriages as well. Y'all saw that as well. I keep saying, let these people get married, child. Let these people be together if they want to be married, whatever. I don't give a damn. As long as you're happy, it don't affect me in any way. So I don't understand why laws and all that shit got to be involved in somebody being together and or being in love. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Let people love who they love, child. All right, and let the Lord deal with what He needs to deal with at the back end, if He needs to deal with it. Okay, I don't make it my business to get in people's lives in that way. If it don't affect me in any type of way, I don't care. I just don't. I support whatever you want to do, whatever. All right, but moving on. Let me get some Kleenex, child. Cause listen. Hold on, guys. Woo. All right, we back. And we back. All right, y'all still coming in. Thank y'all. We got 138 so far watching. Thank y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and get on to the next topic. Shout out to I think that was Black Millionaires. I think it was. Yeah. Let's get to the next topic. Shout out to It's On Site. According to them, the New Orleans mayor, LaTanya Cantrell, is indicted for alleged fraudulent romance scheme with a bodyguard. Ooh, girl. Let me find out. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let me find out she out here doing some stuff she shouldn't be doing. Now, New Orleans Mayor LaTanya Cantrell, the city's first female mayor, has been indicted on multiple federal charges, including conspiracy, wire fraud, obstruction of justice, and making false statements stemming from an alleged intimate relationship with her bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy. Oh, come on now. You out here acting like Whitney Houston in the movie The Bodyguard, honey, minus the fraud. Now, it says the prosecutors alleged that the pair used encrypted WhatsApp messages, many later deleted, says to conceal the nature of their romance while using city funds to facilitate personal activities, including at least 14 domestic and international trips, costing taxpayers over $70,000. Now, Vappy reportedly logged on duty hours for time spent traveling or meeting privately with the mayor. You were digging her out on the company time. Let me find out. Said that even a city-owned apartment where the two reportedly met while he was supposed to be working. Ooh, child, you done had her legs to the moon on company time. They about to get your ass. Now, said that the indictment spans nearly 3 years of alleged misconduct from October 2021 through Vape's retirement in June of 2024, and includes efforts to obstruct investigations via harassment, falsified declarations under oath, and destruction of evidence. Somebody going to jail. Now, if convicted, Cantrell and Vappy could face prison time up to 20 years. 20 years for some kitty cat? Girl, that must have been some good kitty cat for you to be going to prison, child. Says that per wire fraud count, along with steep fines, said that Cantrell, honey, who is term limited and set to leave office in January, has not yet issued a public response. I wouldn't either, because girl, you better get a lawyer. Said that those supporters argue that she is being unfairly targeted due to her race and gender, and claim that the U.S. Attorney's Office has dismissed. What y'all think about that? They be doing too much in these offices. Listen, that's excessive. $70,000 to be out here using company money to be in hotels, apartments, making personal travel arrangements and or trips. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. You knew that shit was wrong before you did it. And then the fact that you did it with your with your security guard, child, he must have been frisking you up real good. I'm like, hold on, let me see if you got a blade on you. And then you got to doing some shit you shouldn't have been doing. That's what he was doing. Reaching all down there, checking all between your legs, seeing if you got a little, straight razor down there. Now, messed around and got your ass facing 20 years. Girl, Black people, and then you the first, they say you the first female mayor, okay, down there. The first female mayor, the city's first female mayor down there in New Orleans, and you done fucked it up. And I'm mad. You're giving Black people a bad name. But we're going to see how this turned out, child. I'm going to have to see what the outcome of that be, because I'm going to have to spin a block on them. But let's move on. Shout out to It's On Site, though. That's bad, child. It said legs to the wind and to the moon, child. Baby, okay. She was doing too much in office. Ain't probably did a damn thing while she was in there, but get bent over. All right, but let's get on into the next topic. According to Celebrity Word, honey, Judge Jeannie, honey, y'all know who Judge Jeannie goes the F off there, saying, she says, I see too much violent crimes being committed by young punks. Who you Calling a punk. Now, it says that our laws are weak. It says that we can't touch anyone if they're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. That changes today. Let's see. And look at Trump standing there like, I agree.
We see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the DC Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today. But it's not going to end today. We see too much violent crime being committed.
Well, I mean, that's the law, baby. You can't get around that, okay? When they are minors, you do have to go knock on that parent's door and say, hey, here's your child. They did such and such and such. And then depending on the way the crime falls, then, the parent may have to take the fall for it. But at the end of the day, you got to take that child to that parent and say, hey, all right, they are under the parents' rules, laws, and regulations until they become of age, depending on what type of crime. Now, if they unalive somebody, they can be tried as an adult. But again, parents, we got to step it up. As parents, I'm a parent as well. All right, I'm always talking to my son. Every morning I drop him off. I have to talk to him and say, hey, this is life. This is what we tolerate. You're getting older now. You're getting ready to be 10. My son getting ready to be 10, September the 3rd. So I'm telling him, as you get older, more is required out of you. I need you to grow up a little bit more. Now he's pretty, mature for his age, but what I expect out of him is always the best. And I'm always having conversations and I stay on him, about his attitude and things that he needs to do and or maybe work on so that he can be a great citizen. And I don't have to have the police come and knock on my door for situations for, him acting out or doing things, because he and his father and my husband, honey, let's say it that way, stay on him for how he needs to conduct himself so that we don't have situations as such. I don't want the police putting their hands on my child at all, because nobody else is going to treat your child like you. All right. The police see another black child out there as just another juvenile delinquent, and they will tase the fuck out of your kids and they will beat the hell out of your kids. So if you don't discipline your children and teach them right from wrong, do not be mad at the police when they do it. Okay, but it starts at home. We keep talking about it. They are starting to now put tougher laws into place to be able to do things to children when they get out of line and do things they should not do. That's why you need to know where your kids are. If they're not in your presence, you need to instill in them right from wrong, follow rules, laws, and regulations when they're not around you. Okay, don't do what you would not do, not around me that you would do in front of me. If you're in front of me, don't be out here doing the same shit or doing worse than if you were in my presence. Okay. Seriously. And parents, stop running down there fighting and carrying on at the school when your kids be acting a fool, because then you look crazy. Teachers' job's hard enough for them to have to teach your child when they're disruptive and disrespectful. Okay. And we know if they're talking back at home, they're doing that shit at school. So bottom line is, if you don't want nobody correcting your kids, if you don't want the law, you see this motherfucker standing here with his red tie, he is ready to have your child slammed on the ground, tased, sent to jail, and manhandled. But if you don't step up as parents and do what needs to be done, y'all see the comments in here? Trump supporters, yes, clean the streets up. What that mean? Now, I get it. We got some disrespectful ass kids, teenagers, kids out roaming the streets, kicking people doors in, doing shit they should not do. But again, it goes back to you knowing where your child is. 14, 15, 16, your ass should not be somewhere that I'm not, because I'm your guardian. You should not be roaming the streets. I don't give a damn, because nowadays in certain states, the stand your ground law is in effect, where somebody can blow your ass to kingdom come if you kick their door in. Okay, period. Your children should not have that much time anyway. Idle mind is the devil's workshop. If they're of age to be able to work, go get them a work permit and let them work and earn a coin and learn some responsibility. Mine gonna get one as soon as he's able to get a work permit. His ass is going to work. Okay, period. I hope every parent under the sound of my voice is listening. And I'm not trying to tell people how to raise their kids, but I'm telling you, I'm tired of seeing our children get manhandled and or unalived in these damn streets for shit that they should not be involved in because parents refuse to step it up. I don't know if you're scared of your kids. I don't know if you just too much of a friend to your child to tell them the truth and be, that parental figure, not a friend figure to your child. Fuck that. We ain't being friends. It's okay to be cordial to your kids, but it's understood you will not talk back. You will not be outside of this house by a certain time, and you will respect me. And when a person respects you with certain things that they will not do, but you got to start down here. If your kids is already 16 and 17 and you're trying to raise them, it might be too late. It might be too late. Better get a handle. Because with Trump being in office, he don't give a fuck about kids, especially black kids. And he's a father. That's the sad thing. He's a father. And he don't understand how children have moments sometimes where they do act out. Find out why these kids are acting out. A lot of these kids that are running the streets and doing things is because there's a problem at home. So instead of creating tougher laws, which we should have tougher laws, but find out the root of the problem with every situation that these kids are going through. There's a deep-rooted issue that needs to be looked into. A lot of these kids are growing up broken homes. Sometimes they don't have food at home. Sometimes they ain't got no lights at home. A lot of kids get bullied because they can't dress the part like other kids. They can't wear the fresh Jordans like other kids. So they go to school and get bullied. That shit, they harbor those feelings and they act out. Some kids are going through abusive situations in the home. Some kids are seeing their parents being abusive. So that's a lot for them to go to school and still have to keep up with learning and everything else that they have to deal with. It causes kids to act out. Children are like sponges. They soak up things. And some of them are not vocal about the things that they deal with. So they act out. They react. I used to work with kids. I know. You have to go through training to learn how to read a child, how to know when things are not right. And some kids are nonverbal. So you have to educate yourself, know your child, and put your foot down. And sometimes you got to put your foot up their ass because you don't want the system to get them. Once they get in the system, it's too late. Because you know what they do? They label your child. They label your child. It's like a scarlet letter. Seriously, okay? We're gonna move on. We ain't gonna stay on it too long. Y'all get it. Y'all know I have passion when it comes to children. When it comes to children, I used to work with kids, and I used to see a lot of shit, and that used to piss me off. Because parents, I'm like, why? If you don't want to be a parent, give them to somebody that do. It's people out here who can't have children that would love to raise your child. If you are too busy being a fuck nigga and a fuck mama, because there's some fuck mamas out there. I'm sorry, I'm raw sometimes. I get a little too passionate. We got some fuck mamas out there who don't do shit. Out here, nails, hair, everything done, dressed from head to toe like they just stepped out of ebony and don't do a damn thing for their kids. They don't discipline their children, and then you wonder why. And you want to fuss the police out and act a fool when they come to your door to come and get your child. Or you find out they locked up. Then you want to start all these damn GoFundMes and shit because you want the society to help you. But you don't want society to say shit to your kids. Get the fuck out of here. You don't want society to say nothing to your kids, but you want them to donate when your child act the fuck up and then get locked up. Okay. I'm not giving a motherfucking dime until you step it up. Okay? I'm sorry. And I'm a giver, but I ain't no fool. All right? Let's move on. This person on my screen, y'all know I love her down, honey. Anytime she's speaking, it's like the gospel truth. All right. Miss Jasmine Crockett claps back, honey, at Trump. Thank you, Lord. This is a good word. All right. She said, I know he's unintelligent. Okay. Let her go ahead and tell y'all, child. No. So they say that Trump tried to drag, Jasmine Crockett by criticizing the Dallas Democrats' intelligence. And she was not having it. Let's get into it. Y'all getting ready to love this, huh?
He doesn't even know the difference in the test that he takes in the IQ test. Yet he's the one that's suggesting that I need an IQ test. Not to mention, based on the fact that my daddy isn't the one that got me into my schooling, and the fact that I have a little bit more education than he does, meaning I have more earned degrees than he does, I don't have time to play games with him. And the fact that you are the sitting president of the United States, and for whatever reason, you are waking up before I'm even awake on today so that you could try to drag me on your bootleg website. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, why is it that people take him seriously? And then the bad part is that when we get 4 years from now and it's time to elect somebody, unfortunately, the entire country will look at whoever is running on the Democratic side and they will have one bar that they use to say, you've got to meet this standard or this level, yet you allowed this fool in. Frankly, anybody can be president after him. I mean, we're talking about somebody with 34 count convictions of felonies, in addition to the fact that somebody who literally does not know how to govern or doesn't want to govern, doesn't want to do what's right. So every time you look around, he's invoking emergency powers. And frankly, if you listen to him, you would be concerned not only about his mental acuity, but you also would be concerned. I'm not concerned that he's an unintelligent man. I know he's unintelligent. That part is clear. But like, I'm wondering also, like, is it dementia Don that we're getting? Is it just dumb Don that we're getting? Like, I don't know, but there is a problem. Like Houston, we have a problem. If he doesn't even know the difference in the test that he takes in the IQ test, yet he's the one that's suggesting that I need an IQ test. Not to mention, I mean, based on the fact that my daddy isn't the one that got me into my.
Well, there you go. She didn't indirectly call his ass dumb. Trump is really dumb. Okay. I don't know if anybody else know how this shit works. When you become the president, it's really the people that vote that make the decisions. Okay. He just the one that announced the shit. Okay. He just signed off on it. But ultimately, there's some type of vote where people behind the scenes that's really making the decisions. He ain't smart enough. He just likes having that attention, and he has that godlike complex, like he just really changing the world. He ain't doing shit out here. He's signing orders that real people that know what they're doing behind the scenes, that really went to school for this shit, really are putting this shit into place. And he is just signing off and then getting to the podium and announcing what's already been discussed. That's all he's doing. Trump is not smart. He's not smart. Some of the decisions that he's made by being in office, by taking offices, and this has just been since January, he's fucked up a lot. But then you're trying to remove people from certain seats like Jasmine Crockett, who we know knows politics like the back of her hand and know how to get shit done in the areas that need to be done. That's looking from not just the black community perspective, but all across the board. More so the black community, because she is black. She got to look out for her people as well. But it is crazy to me how they want to remove those people from those positions when you really don't have an alternative. Like, you're not fixing the situation if you're moving somebody because you don't like them, because they too vocal about issues that really need to be addressed. And you only want that person out of office because you don't like them and the fact that they're bold enough to confront you and or call you out on your shit. And that's what it is with Jasmine Crockett. That's why they want to try to create laws and different rules to try to, with this mapping bullshit, now say, oh, she may lose her seat because of mapping. We know where this shit's coming from. We know where it's coming from. She is definitely in the right position, because black people, we need people to speak up for us that's bold and who don't give a damn about what Congress have to say. But we see the illegal shit that's going on behind the scenes, where they're trying to create ways to get rid of people who are voting against the illegal shit that's going on behind the scenes. Thankfully, we have a smart black woman in office here that's holding a seat down there in Texas, honey, that's doing what needs to be done for our people. And I love it. All right. Every time she speaks, I love it. So Trump, get your shit together. All right. I got one more on Jasmine. Y'all know I love her, honey. So we got one more post on Jasmine. I didn't want to pull too much politics this morning, but y'all know it's Monday, honey. So everything is pouring in from weekend stuff. All right. So that says that, they said that Representative Jasmine Crockett hits back at Trump for saying that she is the future of the Democratic Party as an insult. All right. So as you guys can see on my screen, shout out to the Purple Room Politics. It says that Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. So he's trying to be a smart ass per usual. So Jasmine Crockett hits back with said that there are 340 million people in this country, and sadly, somewhere around 77 million, less than Joe Biden's 81 million, cast their votes for a dementia-demented Don. Not the DDD, baby. Said that I can only surmise that these people believe that they would be his priority and that he'd focus on making their lives better. Instead, Donald dreams, breeds, exists, and obsesses about little old me. She right. Oh, he can't stand her. Now, it says that on this tweet, says, I'll just say thank you, Mr. President, because for once we agree. Democrats aren't looking for old convicted felons to lead our country. That's a read. Says, but instead looking for leaders that will bring us together, have a moral compass, and fighting for brighter days for all Americans. Let's get into what she had to say. Baby, when I tell you that's a word.
The Democrats take over after the midterms next year, the House and or Senate. Do you think they're going to push for investigations into Trump's family and the whole crypto acquisitions that he is getting?
Well, Alex, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, there we go.
Listen, so long as we end up taking the House, which I fully anticipate that we will do, and we are going to work hard to obviously help our Senate colleagues as well, then as someone who serves on the Oversight Committee and hopes to lead the Oversight Committee, I can guarantee you that we will do what we are supposed to do as constitutionally sworn members of the House, which means that we will conduct oversight. That means that we will investigate. We will look at whether or not this president himself has violated the emoluments clause as it relates to, say, such things as getting a $400 million plane from the Qataris. We also will make sure that we're looking into all these business deals that they have going on. I mean, think about it this way, Alex, they were going after Hunter because he sat on a board. Think about how much money they are raking in, whether we're talking about the next golf resort that they're setting up in Qatar, or whether we're talking about them leveling Gaza, as they've talked about how it would be great beachfront property, whether we're talking about this crypto scam, the scam that people didn't even want to walk into and show their faces. Let me tell you, there is no shortage of things for us to dig into and determine whether or not there have been not only violations of the law, but definitely violations of our Constitution as a whole.
Did you make a little news here? Didn't you say you hope to lead that committee?
I absolutely do. Unfortunately, we are going to lay our dear colleague, Jerry Conley, to rest here on Tuesday. And there will have to be an election to determine who is going to lead the Oversight Committee. And ultimately, I am hoping and praying that my colleagues see that I can provide what we need as a team to make sure that we can move forward and instill some confidence in the American people by knowing that they have a real fighter who will not back down, even in the face of all the threats that I will have waged at me, because Lord knows I get death threats every single day. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that God will never leave my side. And so I will fight fearlessly and ferociously for the American people.
If the Democrats...
I love it. Okay. We behind you too. All right. You guys already know what's going on with this whole mapping situation. She's speaking out. They said why is Trump calling the U.S. representative and known Trump critic Jasmine Crockett, who is, y'all know, Democratic in Texas, the future of Democratic Party. It said that Trump posted about Crockett on the conservative microblogging platform Truth Social on Friday morning. Said that Jasmine Crockett is the future of Democratic Party. Now, he was trolling her, of course. Said that Crockett responded to Trump's post on Twitter. She said that Trump, who she prefers to as dementia demented Don, I love it, was obsessing over her instead of prioritizing the people who voted for him. I agree. He's so focused and fixated on somebody he don't like versus fixing the damn issues at hand. All right. Very irresponsible president. And the fact that he want to run again, nigga, get out of office. This is your last term anyway. It's against the Constitution for your ass to even try to run a third time. Okay. So, they need to go ahead and get them impeachment papers up and started. They need to get them up and started so his ass can get out of there. All right, so let's continue. All right, so another mayor that's got his ass in some stuff he shouldn't be in. Let's go ahead and get into it. Rogue DNC, according to them. All right, new Adams scandal, honey, just dropped. And said the campaign submitted fake petition signatures. What y'all think about that? Let's get into it. Now it says that according to the Goth Miss says that the Mayor Adams, honey, re-election campaign submitted fake and fraudulent petition signatures in order to run in November. Somebody might be going to jail. Now it said that the Goth Miss inspected signatures from all over New York City and met voters who said that these were not their signatures and some were even spelled incorrectly. Who is out here doing this? Now, classic tactic. I believe that Trump did the same thing, allegedly. Okay, he stole his way into the election. Now, I said that a classic tactic of deceiving people to sign the petitions was also implemented by the Adams campaign. Now, in order to be in the November ballots, that the Adams campaign has to submit 7,500 signatures. Okay, Now, it says that the Gothamist says it identified 52 signatures so far that were fake, and reporters went to those same neighborhoods and were told by voters that they never signed those petitions. Now, who signed them then? They didn't sign it. Who did? Now, Jamelia Brooks, a Bronx resident, was out of the country when she allegedly signed the petition. So how the fuck you signed something you ain't here? Said that she was angry and shocked to find that her fake signature in the Eric Adams petition provided by the Gothamist. Now, let's continue, child. Said the Gothamist also described that a lot of those signatures had similar handwriting, adding to the disturbing findings. All right. You can't be out here signing people's signature without, consent, or signing anybody's stuff at all. You shouldn't be doing that. Now, it says that the Eric Adams campaign is riddled by corruption and scandal, so they have to resort to fraud. Says that, is anyone surprised here? We are not. So the question is anyone going to prison, or are we supposed to pretend that we have a vibrant democracy amidst all this evidence of fraud? Yeah, that's fraud, honey. You cannot be out here signing people's name on something that they have nothing to do with, or don't even have knowledge of, to be honest, in order to gain office for something. And I keep saying, I feel like Trump did some shit too. I feel like he manipulated some numbers and manipulated some shit behind the scenes. Maybe some people were paid, allegedly, for him to be in office again, because I just don't see it. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Now, Eric Adams, your ass out here doing the same thing. You need to be locked the hell up. You and them big ass teeth. All right. Moving along, child. Moving along. And it's so weird that you be up here with Diddy in a picture too. Like, no. All right. That's a whole nother topic right there in itself. Let's continue on. Now, for those of you parents who drop your kids off to school like myself, they have a real problem with how you guys, and we kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but I wanted to share this post because I did get to see it on It's Only Entertainment. All right, so a mom in her bathrobe and head towel sparks debate after school drop-off. Fashion fail, or folks overreacting? What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that they are going too much? They're going too far? That this, they really focusing on the wrong thing right here with this mother dropping her children off at school in a whole bathrobe and a towel on her head. I feel like, listen, it don't take that long to throw on some shorts and a shirt, child, and put your little shorts on and pull your hair back into a little pony and take your kids to school. It don't take much, baby. It really don't take much. I do that shit in the morning. I jump up. Okay, I brush my teeth while my son getting dressed. I brush my teeth, throw my shorts on, throw my little slides on, honey. Throw my little, y'all see me with the wife beater. I keep these on because that's comfortable. And just pull my shit back and put my shades on in the morning because I don't like the sun in my eyes to take him to school. It's simple. I don't got to get out of the car because he's old enough to be able to walk up by himself. But if you got to get out and walk your kids up and you got to get out, why are you walking around in the bathrobe, pajamas? We talked about it the other day. It's just uncool. Like, it only take some pride in yourself. Take some pride in yourself. You got to understand, children are going to school. They should not see parents or parents getting out wearing inappropriate shit with shorts up your ass cheeks out. I've been seeing some of that shit too. And I'd be like, what the hell? You just low cut shirts with your breasts out and all kinds of getting out with no damn bra on. That's another thing. I've seen that as well. But we got to step it up. We got to step it up. Take some pride in yourself and how you step out when you're outside. I do. I don't go to my mailbox with shit on my head. My head wrapped up. I don't go to the mailbox like that. I don't go outside looking crazy. It's just, I don't know. I was just raised that way. When you go out, you present yourself the way you need to present yourself. I don't go to Walmart with pajamas on. I just don't do that. And I look at people like, what is wrong with you? I just don't. I take pride in how I look when I step out. And it should be the same when you drop your children off because you want them to be the same. How are you going to teach them to be something that you're not? All right. Let's get into this. All right. So y'all see it. So they said the mom pulled up to the school drop off in a robe and head towel. And now the internet cannot stop debating about it. It said, did she cross the line or are people doing too much? No, I don't think people are doing too much. I think she needs to not do that. Now, if you just washed your hair, okay, we get it. But why you got to come out with a towel on your head? Like, maybe blow dry, go ahead and finish blow drying your hair or whatever, or just finish doing what you got to do with the towel and leave that shit off. Put you, like I said, throw on you a short and some shirts. Some shirts, throw you on a shirt and some shorts and take your kids to school. Like bathrobe? Like, no. That's highly inappropriate. That's very much inappropriate. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all see something wrong with this. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think they're reaching. Put a 1 if this is something wrong with this woman coming to school, dropping her kids off like this with a towel on her head and roll. Put a 2 if you feel like they just reaching and people need to mind their business. All right, let's move on though. while y'all are voting, we're gonna move on to the next topic. All right. Do we need a mods, or do we need to go ahead and do a jam session? We'll go ahead and knock that out. If so, I don't see you guys motioning for one as of yet. Are we good? Do we need a jam session right now? I see some ones. Y'all know. All right. Y'all get it. Y'all get it, honey. I see all ones. Yeah, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. Let's take some pride in ourselves, women. And men too. Men be getting out, seeing men out with pajamas and shit on too. That's just too much. So we do need a jam session. All right. So I got my next topic pulled up. While we're waiting to get into the next topic, let's go ahead and get our jam session. All right. Because we need to get these likes up because we got some very, very good topics. And y'all know I'm working hard for the money. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get the likes up. Please go ahead and tap on that like button. If you did not do it when you came in, it's okay. We're not mad, honey. Step out right quick, tap the like, and come on back. We'll be here waiting. And while we're waiting, honey, let's go ahead and give y'all some music while you're doing it. Something more. Hey. Y'all favorite one. We give y'all two this morning. We DJ a little bit. Hey. Hey. We're going over to the hey. Let's get it. Hey. Tap the like. Hey, bring the beat back. How we looking hard? How we looking hard? Hey, thank y'all. Say, come on now. Hey, Sweet Elsa is about to break it down over there. All right, let's get into this show. Thank y'all so much for stepping out and tapping that like and coming on back. All right, see, we can give y'all a little, give y'all some good music to get y'all on over there and get y'all motivated. Okay, I know we got the jams over here now. We got some jams. Y'all want to get down a little bit. Let's get on to the next topic. All right. And say head bouncing to the beat. Hey, okay. Now this was me over here. All right, let's get into it. Wendy Williams, honey, speaks out after a new exam reaffirms dementia diagnosis. Okay. says that I will, this is Wendy saying, I will get out of guardianship. She wants to be out of guardianship so bad. Y'all know Sabrina Morrissey is her guardian, okay, in this situation. She wants to get out of it. I keep saying I feel like this lady's stealing money, allegedly. But hey, let's get out. Let's go ahead and get into what they're saying. Wendy Williams was spotted enjoying a night out in New York City just days after new reports surfaced about her health struggles. Now, I said that the 61-year-old former talk show host was photographed arriving at what is that Tucci restaurant Tucci restaurant in on Saturday, alongside her friend restaurateur Max Tucci. Okay, you with the boss over there, the owner of the restaurant. Come on, Wendy. Now, dressed in a beige button-down, snakeskin belt, and carrying a straw handbag, Williams accessorized her look with a pink lip and signature, W necklace. Y'all know that's her necklace that she always wears, her W crusted out necklace, honey. All right. Now, it said that despite recent reports confirming that she has been diagnosed with frontal temporal, I hope I said that right, dementia and aphasia, says that Wendy appeared upbeat and told Page 6 that her legal team is pushing back on the narrative. She says that my attorneys are highly upset. She said outside the restaurant. She also says that she directly addressed her ongoing conservatorship battle, declaring, I will get out of my guardianship. All right. She does have a very good attorney that's working on this too. So we'll see what happens. All right. She says that my attorneys are highly upset. She says outside the restaurant. She also directly addressed her ongoing conservatorship battle, declaring, I will get out of my conservatorship. All right. It says that Williams has been under her guardianship since 2022 when a New York judge made the ruling after Wells Fargo flagged concerns about her finances. Now, it says that the host has been vocal about her disapproval of arrangement, previously calling the assisted living facility that she resides in a prison. Well, it is like a prison. She's locked in. She can't go nowhere she wants to go. Said that she has also stated that she does not get along with her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey. All right, she don't. Now, it says that her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, has publicly supported her fight and even filed a $250 million lawsuit in June against Morrissey on behalf of their son, Kevin Jr. Yeah. All right. Now, meanwhile, fans have rallied around Williams, organizing protests and calling for her freedom. All right. Now, though her health remains at the center of a legal dispute, Williams, they're saying, has projected, and then, of course, they cut it off. If you guys want to look more into this, you can definitely go over to Baller Alert. So as it looks, Wendy is still fighting to get from under her conservatorship, all right, her guardianship. She does not want that. She wants a little bit more, free. She wants to be free. She wants a little bit more freedom to be able to move about and do what she wants to do. Do I feel like she do need somebody kind of there to help her along a little bit? Because it doesn't seem like she is 100% to where she can be on her own. But she's been saying for the longest she don't need it. She don't need it. But the reason she got under conservatorship because her son was spending huge amounts of money and very close together. And it looked like maybe some illegal shit was going on. And that kind of got her thrown into having this conservatorship. So since then, she's just kind of been sitting since 2022, they're saying. Since her accounts were flagged, they appointed someone to be over her finances, which is kind of good in a way because now her husband can't just come in and do shit because he's been filing stuff since then as well to try to get millions of dollars away from her. So by her having this guardianship, it is kind of protecting him from doing things, but it's also an issue with having a guardian because it said that some shit's been going on behind the scenes with that as well. So it's kind of like a catch-22, if you will. Okay. But let's continue on. Shout out to Wendy Press for Wendy. All right. This little motherfucker right here, I'm about to put on my screen, and I ain't gonna stay on him long, child, because I don't want to be here windmilling, baby, because this shit like stuff like this right here, it really upsets me. But thank God that the motion was denied. This little bastard right here on my screen, y'all know he piled up a church in Charleston. Y'all remember him, Dylan Roof, with his crazy ass. All right, that says that a motion is denied after federal appeals court rules convicted Charleston church power will not get a new trial. For why? Nigga, you on video out here acting like Rambo in the church. People going up in there trying to pray, shout, give their little dollar in the offering, and hear your ass come up in there like Rambo in church. Doing team too much. Shout out to Live 5 News. Can't even go to church no more. That's why I pray. When I go, I pray with my eyes open. I don't know every head bow and every eye closed. I shall not. I need to know when the motherfucker coming up in there on that. Nah, I'm not above karate chopping somebody in church, drop kicking a bitch when they come up in there on that kind of time. All right, period. That's why I be at church at home. So I can close my eyes at home because I got my peace over here. And I'm going to have some peace with my peace. Let's stop. But let's get back serious, child. Dylan Roof, the man convicted of unaliving 9 parishioners of Charleston Mother Emanuel AME Church in 2015, will not get a new trial. Praise God. All right. A federal court has ruled. All right. So if you guys want to read up more on that, you can. We just want to stop in and let you guys know he did file an appeal for a new trial. Thinking his ass was going to get out. No, he is facing life right now as he sits in prison where he needs to be for going up in church and doing that. All right. That's the house of the Lord. If you can't go to church, where can you go? I'm going to say it again. If you can't go to church, that should be the one place that you can go and feel safe to go up in there and pray and do all the things that you need to do when you're in church. Honey, get a good word because you done had a hellified week and you get up in there to get a good word from the Lord, and a bitch like this walk up in there on some Rambo bull-ish and want to be up in there like tackleberry spraying the audience. Why? I done wore my good ass heels and good my Sunday best up in here, and I got to be hitting the floor because you want to come up in there on that. Boy, stay your ass in jail. No appeal for you. Moving on. No appeal. I wish the hell I would put on my good Sunday best and go up in there. You come up in there on that. All right. Ooh, that's going to be a fight to the death. Let's move along. Shit made me mad. Because y'all know black people, when we go to church, honey, we going to look good. Put a T on the end. All right. G-O-O-D-T. Y'all know we put our good shit on, our red bottoms, honey. We go in there and be shot. With our red bottoms on, okay? Yes, we do. I know when I go to church, bitch, you can't tell me nothing. And I got to go do another once over in the mirror, honey, before I go in there. Because I want everybody to know, honey, I done got dressed and came up in here. Every strand of hair in place, okay? Eyebrows is on fleek. Lipstick is giving. Yes. And when I'm singing, honey, I want to sing like this so people see. I spend a little bit more time in the mirror. Let me stop. But y'all know black people, we dress when we go to church. Okay, black people, we dress when we go to church. So we don't want to be laying on the floor in our good Sunday best. When somebody decided they waking up on some demon time on Sunday morning to come up in there on that. Damn. Gas is too high for that shit. Be driving to church to get up in that bitch or something like that. All right, let's move along. All about the tea. Thank you, honey. Alan from Love and Hip Hop Miami is arrested on RAPE charge. Grape charge. I said that was grape charges in reopened case. All right. Now, this is Amara Lanagra's baby daddy, is what they're saying. All right. He's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. His ass is in court. All right. For doing some shit he shouldn't have been doing. So it said that Alan Muses, best known as Amara Lanagra's. I hated they threw her in there for some shit he did because I get it. I get the connection. That is her baby daddy, but I don't like when people do shit like this and then they add her in there because it kind of make her look away. She didn't have shit to do with this. She just had a child or children because she got twin daughters. You know, she had kids with him, but damn, why throw her up in there? All right, but anyway, her baby daddy, honey, from Love and Hip Hop Miami has been arrested and charged with multiple counts of grape in a Michigan case that was reopened after more than a decade. See? That's that first 48 shit. You think you're getting away with it, honey, and they come back years after and find your ass, find something on you. I keep telling you, honey, you almost can't get away with nothing nowadays. You got people that did something back in 1999, and when I tell you the way evidence is nowadays, baby, they can go back and pull some shit from back then, a strand of hair, and your ass be in prison forever. Do you hear me? Y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop it. Thinking y'all can do shit and get away with it, honey, because they always spin a block on your ass. I don't watch too many court shows. You just be living your life thinking hey, that shit behind me. That happened back in 1998, bitch. This is 2025, and your ass is in prison. Multiple counts of the grape. Now your ass sitting up there looking crazy. So it says that fans are in shock, and Amara is staying quiet for now. I would too. I don't got shit to do with that. You did that. That's it. But the scandal is shaking the entire Love and Hip Hop franchise. Okay. Hey, do your time, sir. All right. And you cute. So you're going to get passed around real good in there like a good old hot potato. Okay. Sleep with your ass to the wall. I hope you super glue that bitch before you went in there. All right. Move in along. I ain't got no more for you. Use that Gorilla Glue because that hoe. You don't use that Elmer's glue like they use in school, baby. Because they're going to peel that shit off and they put that good work in on you in there. You better get that Gorilla Glue. Something that's going to, when your ass cheeks go like that, you got put that Gorilla Glue back there, spread it across your ass cheeks and put your cheeks like that. And if you get 40 years, you'll be good. I promise. All right. You probably ain't gonna be able to take a shit while you're in there, but your ass cheeks will be like that. All right, moving along. Did I go too far? Too late. All right, so let's get into some talk. Let's educate a little bit, because y'all know we like to do that too. It takes women 32 years to reach their full emotional maturity. All right. We already knew that women mature faster than men anyway. All right. Look at some of the shit, and nothing against any men that watch me. Women are just some women. Let's say some, because we got some stupid ass women out here, and nobody in my chat, because all y'all are smart, beautiful women. All right. None of y'all. But we have some women out there that just, I don't know, child. I don't know. A few brain cells are just gone, baby. I don't know. Maybe your mama smoked a lot when she was carrying you. She was on that Krishan rock bullshit. But anyway, just naturally, women, we mature emotionally as well faster than men. But it says, wow, it takes men 43 years to emotionally mature, according to research. Okay. Yeah. Did y'all know that? I'm gonna read it again. It takes women 32 years to reach their full emotional maturity, while it takes men 43 years, according to research. Okay. Oh, Lord. Now, emotional maturity, look at me, is about more than age. Now, it's the ability to manage emotions, communicate effectively, take responsibility, and show empathy. Women often mature earlier due to biological factors, social conditioning, and life experiences that push them to grow up sooner. All right. Men, on the other hand, may face societal pressures to avoid vulnerability, leading to slower development in emotional intelligence. Okay. Did y'all understand that? I stripped up just a little bit. Y'all know my read skills is good, but sometimes I mess up too. Now, this gap can sometimes create challenges in relationships, but awareness helps couples navigate differences with patience and understanding. All right. Now, at the end of the day, emotional maturity is a lifelong journey, no matter when it begins. Now, think about it. Have you guys ever thought about the fact that God chose to allow women to be mothers and carry a seed? Now, the man, inserts the seed into us, but we carry the seed. We nurture the seed. Women are just natural nurturers, just by nature, because we're able to carry and or have a seed. So think about it. Let's go all the way back to biblical times. Okay. When it was just Adam and Eve. I know you guys weren't here. Neither was I. But hypothetically, let's think about it. Did you guys ever think that the reason that God chose women in order to carry a seed is because of our emotional maturity? You got to be mature to even understand what's happening to your body as you are growing a baby. It takes a lot. Men are a little more emotional. Men, their fuse is a little bit shorter sometimes than women. Okay. Notice too, if you're married, if you have children, if you're in a relationship with a man, most of the time they say, go ask your mother. You know why? Because women, we're not to say that we're always just smarter, because we got some men that are much smarter than women, but emotionally, okay? Yes, we are more emotional than men, but from an emotional aspect, when it comes to understanding things, problem solving, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, women, most of the time, we are much more mature when it comes to men. And it's not to degrade any man that's watching me. You guys see here that says research shows that it takes y'all 43 years versus us hitting that at 32. Did y'all get that? Somebody said intuition. That is something that all women should have, intuition. But a lot of times we push past our intuition because it's something that we want very badly. Versus this right here, which is called weighing your option. Okay, it could be relationship, it could be a financial decision, it could be whatever the case may be. Sometimes you have to take a step back and use your emotional intelligence. All of us should have it. Now, some of us, like I just said, some of us hit it at a different time in our life, but we all got this good thing called good sense. All right. We all have this thing called good sense to where you can discern if something is right or wrong. All of us are born with that. A 6-month-old know when they're doing something wrong. Okay. For those of you that have children, women, if y'all have children, men, or if you're raising children, if you tell a child, they know what that means at 6 months old. At 6 months old, my son did. I can say, They already know at 6 months. No, that's not right. They do. So it's weird to me how as adults, we get away from that to where we don't understand the emotional maturity of things, where the expectation is that people should just accept certain things from said person because it's them. And then all of a sudden they don't understand things, which complicate things. A lot of relationships will last a little bit longer than they should if everybody had the emotional maturity, because you got to have it. Sometimes people can be too emotional about shit this small. Why? Right? Sometimes it takes the voice of reason. And sometimes women, most of the time, if not, sometimes we can be the voice of reason. But sometimes we do crash out a little bit too much. All right. We do crash out a little bit too much. Women, we get to crying. Some of us, I don't do that crying shit, but some of us get to crying and snapping off with the hand and da-da-da-da. And then sometimes you kind of got to get to yourself and kind of think about that thing like, you know what? I kind of went too far right here. Women, some of us have ran off a good man because we were too emotional. Same thing with men. You have fucked up a good relationship from not being emotionally mature. That's why I always say, when you meet someone, it's not always good to jump into relationships when you have a lot of emotional baggage, because that can also infiltrate a great relationship. It can stop you from being in love. It's hard to love a person when they have a lot of emotional baggage, because it feels like you're doing most of the work when you should not be. A relationship is 50-50. You give and I give. If I'm giving more, then I'm in a relationship by myself. You're just there. And we don't want that, do we? We don't want that. I love being in a relationship when the other person is giving just as much as I am. It makes it easier. How can you become one? How can you become one? I'm going to ask it again. How can you become one when you are with someone who is emotionally immature? That's why you go through the dating process. And as you're dating that person, start working on your maturity. You got to be mature to be with a person and become one in the first place, because every little thing is going to cause you to crash out, say something you should not say, always want to give up when shit don't go your way. You see a lot of whiny men and women out here who always want shit to be their way. And when they don't get their way, like a child, they act out and they look for attention and they fuck up the whole entire situation because they don't get their way. If that ain't the most immature shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Like they say, two headstrong people, the relationship kind of ain't going to work, because you got to have somebody that's going to give a little. You can't have two people that's like this, because it's going to always be a battle. There you go. That means unequally yoked. You're right, Scorpio Miss. So you got to have a situation where one is going to be able to step back and say, hey, I'm going to let her take the lead, even though the man's job is to lead. Now, in certain situations like finances, let's use me. I don't like to tell my business, but let's use me. In my household, I'm the brains behind the finances and how to get shit up and started when it comes to like businesses, whatever. Okay, I own 3 properties. 3. I know how that shit works. I know all the business stuff that goes in behind that, how all that goes as far as our home that we live in, as far as other businesses, the stuff that my husband handles, bank accounts, all that shit. That's second nature. Well, first nature to me. Second nature to me. I know that shit like the back of my hand. So my husband don't give me kickback on that, because he knows that that's something that I'm good with. Okay. And in terms of the things that he's good with, the things that he knows, I don't overstep that boundary, because we have the emotional maturity to know what his place is and what my place is as well. I don't step into his element, and he don't step into mine. It just is. And that helps things to move along the way that it should. But then when you got a person that's headstrong and they just want to do everything, and they don't allow the man to be the man, and you can't demasculate a person either. You got to be patient with a person when you're trying to grow and build and be with a person, because as you guys can see, some people do mature a lot slower than you. You can't get frustrated because they're not there yet. That's why some women like to date men that are much older, because of the way that they mature. I don't like an immature man. My husband is older than me. For that reason, I don't like an immature man. I've always dated a little bit older, maybe a year or 2 older, because I don't like that immaturity shit. Don't play with me. Don't talk too much to me. I don't like that shit. It irritates me. I told y'all the other day, I hate a chatty man. My husband don't say many words, but when he do, bitch, you know he's in the room. I love that. Okay, he's just there. His presence, I know he's there because of his presence. He has a presence when he steps in the room, but he's not a very chatty individual, and I don't like that. I'd rather you be seen than heard. Because he know I'm chatty, so that would irritate the fuck out of me. If I'm trying to talk and you talking too, one of us got to step back and be like, shit, you got it. Understanding maturity, all right? Understanding maturity. Understand, women, don't get frustrated with your man or any man. Understand. Don't sit, you ain't got to argue with no man. Understand, they develop a little bit slower than you. Their emotional maturity is way, y'all see this? Look at the numbers. 32 women, men 43. Don't get frustrated with them. Just understand it's gonna take them a little bit. When you say something to them, sometimes they gotta run it through their mental Rolodex before they get it anyway. So don't be like, you gotta be a little, fall back a little bit, women. Fall back a little bit and allow man to be a man, but at the same time, encourage them to get where they need to be so that you guys can be like this. Okay, it's got to feel like a hand in the glove. And understand that their maturity level does take a little time. They do come a little bit behind us, or date up. Date up. If you're 32, date somebody a few years older. Okay? You don't want somebody in that same mindset. They 32 years old, but they still, acting like they ass just got out of high school. Yeah, no. Okay? You want somebody that's going to be established and have, a little bit more mental maturity, even though they got a little ways to go. Right? Y'all get it? Y'all get it? Seriously. But we ain't gonna stay on it long. Y'all get where I'm going with that. But understand, it says here, research shows that women, their emotional maturity starts at 32 years old. Some of us, because we got some silly ass women out here. But and men, they don't hit their peak until 43. They don't hit their emotional maturity, according to research, 43. Okay. So yeah, maybe date a little bit older. It ain't gonna hurt you if you 35, honey. It ain't gonna hurt you to date somebody that's 40, 42. That's helping you out. Okay. Move right along, child. Some of y'all like younger men. It's all right. Because y'all, you don't want a man out here, child, that can't keep up. Because a lot of women, some of y'all fast asses out there. Okay. Y'all be trying to go 2 and 3 times and 2 and 3 hours. And y'all like, I need a young man out here with these Timberlands on. And with that wife beating, when he pull that shit to the front and he gonna crack my back just right and give me a Charlie horse. That nigga that's 43 might not give you that Charlie horse as quick as that nigga that's 23. So I get it. I get it why y'all do that. But hey, do what you want to do. I'm just telling you the maturity level for a man only starts at 43 years old. All right, let's continue. Let's talk about a man who may not be as mature as he should be. That's that damn Simon. This nigga is 60 years old, still out here on the prowl, mad that he can't take Porsha down like he wants to. All right, let's get into it. He said he's retired now, but he definitely ain't retired from trolling Porsha's ass. All right. So Simon made a recent post. This was 5 hours ago. So Simon says, I'm retired. I say it out loud. Said that no more being chained to the 9-to-5 grind. Today, I own my time. So that means he got way more time now to be trolling and doing shit he should not be doing. It says that I choose where I go, what I do, and who I spend my energy with. Says that, my friend, is freedom, and it's a blessing worth celebrating. Retirement isn't about making anyone feel less. It's about proving that with focus, discipline, and hard work that you can position yourself to live boldly, freely, and unapologetically. All right. Says, if I can reach at this point, so can you. Aspire, plan, work, and one day you'll claim your freedom too. Okay. Why does it sound like a commercial, Simon? Let's get into Simon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday. I was asking myself, what am I going to try to accomplish this week? And believe it or not, nothing came to mind. But one thing I did come to mind is retirement is real. Yes, I'm actually retired. But I'm making people believe that I'm out here working. Don't stop working. I've done so for 45 years.
You mean Friday?
Maybe at 61, you can retire as well.
Thank you, Simon. You mean frauding for 45 years, okay? Because you know your ass been trying to get into the country, child, for quite some time and overstaying your visa for quite some time. You've been doing this shit since the 90s, I hear. Okay. And why this announcement of you retiring now that you made this appeal in this divorce case with Porsha? Could it be that you want the courts to feel like that you're not earning any extra money that you should be earning because you don't want to pay that $40K a month for the next 36 months? Could it be that? I don't know. I was thinking in my mental maturity, as they said I have, that you might be trying to pull a fast one since you just announced that you're going to be appealing, and we're going to talk about that here in a second, that you're going to be appealing this little case over there with you and Porsha because you're mad that she filed for divorce on your ass. You still bitter and mad. So you out here retiring, but you ain't paid that bill up over there for your divorce case from the wife before Porsha, which now you got Porsha in a bind. So you did a 2-for-1er, it gives. You did a 2-for-1er over there, okay? So thank you for announcing that, and we're going to see how that works out for you in your appeal, okay? If you still got to pay that $40K, because with you appealing, the courts might say, well, you haven't made any payments towards this, judgment that we told you to pay towards Porsha. So we're going to go ahead and deny your appeal, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an attorney, but it could be that because you really have not paid anything because you did go live to say you want Porsha out of your pocket and that you ain't giving her shit, in so many words. But we'll see what the courts have to say. But now that you've announced that you're retired and you're not working anymore, we'll see. All right, let's move along. Moving right along, child. Let's get into and I'm gonna stay on this just a very, very short time because I'm tell y'all I really don't care. I really don't care. And stuff I don't care on, child, I don't stay on it too long. Now, of course, y'all know Simon Guobadia, honey, has filed for divorce appeal. Now, he cites deportation and Porsha's Real Housewives of Atlanta return. He is mad that she is making her own money. Simon gives that he doesn't want a woman, a strong woman, because he wants to be able to do everything for her and have that control. I don't like that. If we're together, I need my own. I want to work. I want to earn my own. I want my own bank account. I want to have a sense of self. So I don't always have to come to you and say, honey, I want to go to the mall. Can I get $1,000? I'm not asking you for shit because I have my account. I work, so I have my own everything. Simon wanted Porsha to give up everything, including who she was when he got with her. You got to watch men like that because when shit go left, then they don't want you to get, you see how he's doing her? He wanted Porsha to give up, and I'm not taking up for Porsha because I feel like she was doing some fuck shit too. But in this situation, Simon wanted Porsha to give up every single solitary thing that she was doing. Y'all remember the Ricky Smiley morning show shit she was on, Real Housewives of Atlanta, she gave that up. Everything that she was doing, he didn't want her to work and do nothing, but he wanted to pay her some money so that she could feel, maybe important and didn't feel like she needed to go to work because he wanted to be able to keep tabs on her. Because just in case, honey, that her little contract over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which we know this season she was the highest paid, I feel like he feels a way about that. Plus, he still has to uphold the prenup agreement, which is the $40K a month that he agreed and or signed. Now he's trying to say that he didn't realize what he was signing. Too late. It's your responsibility as an immature man to read shit before you sign it. I'd be so sick of people that try to say that. Jeannie might try to say the same shit with Jeezy when it was time for them to uphold their freedom. I didn't read it. I didn't understand it. Well, it's called attorney. Get an attorney to break that shit down with you like a 57 Chevy and let you know what's on that paperwork before you do this here. I don't sign shit without knowing what I'm signing. I was born at night, never last night. Now let's get into it. Simon Guobadia has taken formal legal action by filing an appeal with the Georgia Court of Appeals to challenge the final divorce ruling with Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams. Now, the appeal submitted on August the 11th, 2025 focuses on the enforcement of their prenuptial agreement, a key issue in the divorce settlement. Now, Guobadia, as I named him, argues that the court made several reversible errors, including enforcing the prenup despite his detention and deportation by ICE, which he claims was an unforeseeable change in circumstances that affected the fairness of the agreement. Do y'all agree with that? Y'all agree with it? It goes on to say that he also alleges that Porsha failed to disclose her plans to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which he believes was a material omission impacting the terms of their divorce. He wanted to work, remember? Now, other points raised in the appeal includes Porsha's significant increase in income after the divorce, which Guobadia says should influence that the prenup's enforceability. Now, he challenges the court's failure to vacate an order permitting filming inside the former marital home. He's so petty. Where else is she going to film if she lives there? It makes no sense. A violation of the prenup's terms requiring mutual consent for filming. How is she going to ask you if ICE picked you up? First of all, I feel like you weren't answering any calls, if any, that she made to you, because she did say that she called you on multiple occasions and you refused to answer any calls. Even when she had her daughter call you, you didn't want to talk to her either. So how you know she wasn't calling you to get permission for filming in the home? Again, not taking up for Porsha, because I feel like she never should have been in this situation in the first place. Like, how many times you have to learn that continuing to marry people for money is not working out so well for you? You did a shit with Cordell. You played this, this wife where you were treated like a 19-year-old in the marriage. We saw it on national television. The nigga told you when to talk, when to stop talking, where to go, when to come home. You gave you curfew and all that. Child. Additionally, Guobadia claims that the court improperly changed the terms of the prenuptial agreement in its final judgment, violating the due process rights during the trial, says, and wrongly admitted expert testimony he deems irrelevant. Now, this appeal marks the first official step in Simon's ongoing legal efforts to overturn or modify the divorce ruling. Now, the Georgia Court of Appeals will now review these claims and decide whether to uphold or reverse the lower court's decisions. I don't think they're going to do it. It's great for you for filing it, but I don't think that they're going to do that, Simon. All right. Moving on, child. Simon, move on, child. Move along. Speaking of moving along, we moving along as well, because child, we got to chop these topics down. All right, so we already know about T Hood. I'm tired of talking about T Hood. Let's go ahead and catch you guys up in case your spaceship just landed. We all know who T Hood is. T Hood is the guy who was unalived by Rashida and Kirk's son, allegedly, because Kirk's daughter, okay, which was dating T Hood, got into some type of verbal, maybe physical altercation with him, and it turned out badly because it appears that Rashida's son unalived him by way of pow. All right. So in this particular topic here or post here, according to Live Blitz, it says that T Hood's sister shares a video, says that a man claims that Kirk's daughter Kay and T Hood used to fight each other. That's still irrelevant to the fact that he put his hands on her that particular day, which then caused him to not be here anymore. Mind you, there is also a previous pow situation that he was in where he put his hands on another woman. All right, so we ain't getting ready to see him be pulling up shit that happened all throughout the relationship. What really is important is what happened the day of. Because I was trying to be down for you, T Hood, when this situation happened. I was sad, like, oh my God, another black man is gone. Then I started reading into all of the shit that was going on in this particular case. And now it's starting to look like T Hood, it was a whole problem out here. That you are a abuser of women. And that's never good. Okay? That same mama that's so vocal about my son, out here acting like Marlene the drinking machine, my son. Had you raised him to keep his hands off women, he would be here. And no, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the situation. My thing is, again, women, raise your children the way you should raise them. Teach your sons not to put a hand on a woman. If a woman hit him, slap him, call the police on her ass. And I bet you she won't do that shit again after she get a little jail time. Jail time always will correct your ass. Press charges on that ass. And don't be with somebody that's got to be pounding on you, because that's not love. This was really a very toxic situation between T Hood and this woman, Kayla, whatever her name is. That was a very toxic situation. From the videos that I've seen, I was just like, Lord, who is that patient to be with somebody that's on this kind of time? Let's go ahead and get into what this person had to say, because this shit here just kind of low-key irritated me a little bit, but it is news, so let's go.
Motherfuckers just be on this bitch talking out y'all ass. Hell yeah, nobody support domestic violence, but at the same time, they was fighting fucking each other. Stop trying to skip past the part that they fought each other. You feel me? It is what it is. It's sad to say. But stop trying to act like just because you a female, it's okay for you to slap your nigga out. But when your nigga slap you out, he just a fucked up nigga. Y'all bitches be putting y'all hands on niggas and thinking that ain't nobody gonna touch y'all because y'all got brothers, because y'all got cousins. You got niggas like me that don't give a fuck about your brother. No give a fuck about your cousin. I'll slap your brother the same way I slapped your ass. And if it had to go down, I'm gonna pop your brother like I'm gonna pop your ass. You feel me? Y'all pissing me off, man. And I don't even get on this bitch. And
so, judging by how he came in hot, he's taking up for T Hood in terms of saying, oh, it was wrong for the brother and to come up over there and regulate the way he did, and that T Hood and Kayla, which was the girlfriend, fought all the time. That still does not excuse the fact that he put his hands on her that particular day. If you saw the pictures, if you have a mother, if you have a sister, nieces that are females, then nigga, you would not feel the same way if that was on you. I get so tired of people trying to take up for other people when they are wrong. This situation was wrong on every level. No man should be putting his hands on a woman, busting her lip. This girl had marks from head to toe. If she pushed him, she was wrong. And I'm getting ready to check both of them. Nobody, and I keep saying, if you're in a relationship, no one should be putting hands on the other. If you got to be with somebody that you got to fight, you shouldn't be with them. Now, it's natural to argue because as two people with two different minds, you're going to disagree. That's a given. Nobody's never going to agree at the same time of everything. But when you get to a point where you got to be calling people each other bitch ass niggas and you're running up on people, you're pushing people. We did see the other day where she did push him. That shit was wrong. And I called it when we talked about it. But this mess he's talking, that you don't give a F about this, and then you came in calling women just off the gate bitchs. Like, really? Is that how you see women? It gives that you will put your hand on a woman as well. You have no respect for women in terms of how you even view women, let alone probably how you treat them. Women, please stay away from men like this. May this love never find me, okay? May this type of love right here never find me. Stay away from men like this. Well, fools. Let's take away men, because there ain't no real man on that type of bullshit anyway. You should not be with somebody that always escalate that shit to physical when you can't. That lets me know. That lets me know anytime you always got to take shit physical like that, that you don't really have a vocabulary to argue out your issue. I ain't gonna touch nobody first. If you touch me, then I have a right to defend myself. I can argue with the best of them. I don't like to argue. But it's not always my go-to to just snatch a bitch wig off. I will. But that's not always my go-to. But at the end of the day, people need to normalize communication. Okay? Communication is key. A lot of fights happen anyway because you don't communicate. You feel a certain way and you don't say nothing. And you walk around with your ass tight. And you can split a 2x4 between your ass cheeks because you're so fucking mad about a situation that you need to verbalize. And then when you finally do communicate it, you so hot, you 50 hot about it. Oh, let's bump it up. You 80 hot about it that you ready to throw paws on somebody. And the shit ain't even that serious. Learn how to vocalize how you feel. Communication is 90-something% of a relationship anyway. So if you with somebody you can't talk to, get out of there. What you with a person for if you can't communicate? That's why you're fighting. That's why you're physical, because you can't be verbal.
do all this talking and shit, but y'all got the game fucked up though. Don't put your hands on nobody if you don't want nobody to put their motherfucking hands on you. You did? I
agree with that a little bit. But a man should be a man, and if she's pounding on you, get your shit and just leave. How about that? Turn around and leave. A man's strength is much more than a woman's. And I'm not excusing the fact that she may have put her hands on him. But from the video I saw where he walked in the door and dove across the bed on her and proceeded to pound on her like she was a dude, yeah, no, we're not going to look over that.
That's just point blank, period. Say that shit for the baddest verbal abuse. You feel me? You can knock somebody down with just enough words. You feel me? A person go kill themselves over the shit that you're saying. You feel me? Same vice versa. Nothing different. You feel me? It's nothing different. You feel? Mind you, T Hood's sister shared this video, which definitely shows your mentality that you agree with what this person is saying. You feel me? Just because you verbal and I'm physical, that's your problem. Don't provoke me to where I got to goddamn get physical with you. And then when I do get physical with you, you want to cry wolf. That shit don't work like that. And don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people going to take what I'm saying and try to run some. But at the same, I don't hit my girl. I ain't never hit my girl. You feel me? Never in my life. But at the same time, though, if my girl hit me, I'm going to hit her ass back. And that's just simple as that.
That's the problem. No, I agree. A person does have a right to defend himself. But as a man, I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all the other day, these new age guys, these young guys, they're not raised like people our age, all right? They're not raised like men around my age to where they walk away, get in their car and be like, yeah, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm out. Because you can push a person too hard. And if she fall back and hit her head, you in prison for the rest of your life over a moment. We keep talking about this. So why not remove yourself from the situation before shit escalates in the way that it is? T-Hood. No, he's no longer here. But in the video that we saw, what I saw, because I didn't share it because it was too gruesome. The way he dove over there, looked like at one point he was, putting his hands around her neck and squeezing too hard. Y'all know what that means. What if you would have unalived her? So a moment of arguing, you being upset about a situation that you probably could have vocalized and or talked about, or just left until shit cooled down and then have a conversation. It's always timing. The timing for me. Sometimes conversations don't need to be had when you guys are like this. One, you're gonna say some shit that you probably ain't gonna be able to take back. Two, you're gonna do something that you may not do if you wait and let shit cool down some. If you're a hothead, probably not have that conversation right now. It always gives, and I kept seeing so many situations with this T-Hood dude where he was always the hothead. And it's so irritating to me the way his family keep putting these videos out. His mom keep coming out and speaking out. Yes, I get it. She is upset and she is grieving her son. She should. As a mother, yes, whether right or wrong, you're going to still feel a way if somebody take your son's life. But you have to understand that there are videos out there of your son being aggressive and abusive towards another female. And you cannot be okay with that. It's never okay in that type of situation. I'm so sick of this. I'm tired of this T-Hood situation, but I had to play that. I don't want to play no more with him because he's about to irritate me a little bit. And the fact that his sister, T-Hood's sister, shared this gives your mentality too as well, ma'am. I get it that they're upset, they're grieving, and sometimes grief causes people to say and or do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do, but you got to look at this shit the right way. Your son was problematic. T-Hood was problematic. And I feel like Kurt Rashida's son went over there and did what any brother should do, which is protect their sister. And again, we weren't there. We don't know. If they had cameras, obviously they said a young girl had cameras in her home. I'm sure the police came and they took video or took the videos and they looked at the cameras and shit like that. They've already questioned Rashida and Kirk's son. So they said that they released him. So obviously maybe they didn't see anything right now that they're going to hold him for. Maybe they're going to see something later on as they look at more video evidence. I don't know. But all we can do is wait like everybody else. In the meantime, in between time, men, because women can be abusive as well. Don't be in situations where you got to be with somebody that's going to be putting hands on you, because things can always escalate into a first 48 moment. All right, moving on. We know what first 48 is, honey. I don't think nobody want to be sitting in prison over a moment. All right, moving right along. Do I want to talk about this because it's going to make me mad? Yeah, I'm going to wait because I'm already mad. All right, so I kind of touched on this yesterday. Let's get into Chris Brown. Y'all know he's on tour. All right, they're saying that the tour child, he racking up the Breezy Bowl, which is his tour. He is racking up. But Chris did take some time, and I touched on it yesterday, to show some awareness or give some awareness to, y'all know he's from Virginia. All right. And he used his platform to speak out on missing and exploited children. All right. So they said that Virginia native Chris Brown speaks on viral reports alleging unusual spike in missing children cases, but state police insist social media posts are false. Let's get into it. Now, singer and Virginia native Chris Brown is calling attention to the viral reports alleging that there had been an uptick in kidnappings and dozens of missing children in the Commonwealth. It says, however, state police are insisting that the reports and social media posts are false. Really? Now, it says that on Friday, which was October 15th, says that the It Depends singer who was born and raised in Tappahannock, I hope I said it right, Virginia, took to his Instagram stories and said, "Am I the only one concerned about all these kids going missing in Virginia?" According to Chris Brown, says that who is a father of 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. Now it says that shared an advisory to other parents, insisting that parents make sure y'all keep an eye on your children, please. Okay. That shit hit different when you're a parent. I'm telling you, it hit different when you become a parent. Now it says that, however, in my Kimmy voice, on Wednesday, August the 13th, 2 days before Breezy's post, said that Virginia State Police also shared data, insisted that they are not investigating any reports of mass abductions in Virginia. Maybe you should, if that many children are missing. Nor is there an evidence of mass abductions occurring in Virginia. Elsewhere, John Bishkoff, vice president of the Missing Children's Division at the National Children of Missing and Exploited Children, spoke with WTOP News, which serves the DMV area, which is the DC area. Okay. So now they're trying to say that children are not missing, but there are posts out there. There are several posts. And I saw a news outlet as well that said that a lot of children are coming up missing in the Virginia area. So yeah, shout out to Chris Brown. As you guys can see, that's him. That's his post, Chris Brown official. He asked, "Am I the only person concerned about these kids going missing in Virginia? Parents, make sure y'all keep an eye on all your children, please." Okay. As you guys can see here, shout out to Claudia Jordan. She posted as well in response to this. All right, they're asking what's going on. What's going on, honey? More than 100 children missing in Virginia since the beginning of June. No media coverage. You know why? What color are they? All right. I see this children getting snatched up, child. Didn't I tell y'all where I saw too? Let me go ahead and say this too. There's something that I saw online as well where they have some type of chemical where it looked like a baby wipe too. When I saw this, some of you guys may have seen it. I just want to put this awareness out there where they put some type of chemical like on a baby wipe and they put it into their hand. So when they walk up behind a child, they put it over their face and it causes the child to go limp and or faint. And they're putting these children in like abduction, like trafficking vans or whatever, or cars, snatching these kids up. So be careful on that. Also, women, if you're out and about and you see something on your windshield, don't pick it up off there. They're saying too, if you see someone put money onto your window sill of your car, don't touch it. Also, if a person walks up to you in a parking lot, saying that they're selling some type of perfume, cologne, and say, "Hey, do you like this? Would you like to buy this? Smell this." Do not do that because they're saying that there's some type of dangerous chemicals in that as well that causes women to pass out and or faint. And then these women also are being abducted as well and or sexually assaulted. Okay. I always like to give you guys all types of awareness when I see and or hear things. So because that shit does go on. Somebody approached me one time and I was like, I don't like anybody walking up to me anyway. Don't walk up to me trying to sell me nothing. If I want to buy something, I'll go in the store. All right. Yeah. And I get it. Everybody got to hustle. Everybody's trying to do something, but they be walking around with these bags over their shoulders trying to sell you some damn perfume. Hey, can you smell this? And it's only whatever, amount. No. Don't even walk up to me. I don't even let them get close to me. I'll be like, no. All right. And you got to stop them. Do not be smelling stuff that a person walk up to you. If they spray something on something, say, "Hey, smell this." No, we don't know what the substance is that they're spraying and or wanting people to smell, but do not smell it because they're saying women and or people are passing out and these women are being assaulted sexually. And children are putting something on like a baby wipe and they're putting on their hand and walking up behind people and putting it over their face and causing people to faint and or fall out. Okay. But I showed you guys. Y'all see that? Now, Virginia police trying to say, "Oh, no, that's not a thing." Lies. All right. So I showed you guys. I have another post where we talked about the ice cream trucks roaming Virginia streets late at night. Children are in the bed. Who want ice cream at 2:00 in the morning? Not me from no damn ice cream. I don't want to hear no ice cream truck at 2:00 in the morning. I'm asleep. I don't want to hear that shit. But let's continue. What is this? What is this? Nanhandlers, whatever it is, child. Let's go ahead and share this. And I said, the night after night in Virginia, an ice cream truck appears after 9 p.m. I showed y'all one yesterday. I found another one. And more kids go missing. Said that this isn't random. Something is hunting. Let's go. Clear day at night. There's nobody outside. This person is reporting a whole ice cream truck riding down a quiet neighborhood looking for someone. Right. Weird says that people also have been seeing suspicious ice cream trucks driving around late at night during 9 to 11 p.m. Said, I don't know, but I just hope all kids are safe. All right. Said, I know this isn't my normal content, but says Virginia, there has been many kids going missing. It's a lot of people that's saying this, said that there have been no Amber Alerts or investigations being done. The police are just saying that the kids are runaways. That sounds a little sus, right? Says how there are about 80 plus kids from the same state in areas that are just runaways. Something's going on. I feel like there's a lot of trafficking that's going on. Okay, child abduction and trafficking. So definitely keep up with your children, know where they are. All right, and don't be outside, child, looking for no damn ice cream trucks in the middle of the night. Let's get on into the next topic. What I got? Okay, yeah. All right, so we're about done. Because I gotta get moving. Of course, you guys may know today is court for Martell Holt. Y'all see him on my thumbnail. Martell Holt is in court today. Now, let's hope to God that shit does not get pushed back. Maybe that's why Mel went on a little weekend excursion with kids down there in Tennessee, because she already knew Martell was going to be on the bullshit. She was going to have to face him. Today is court for Martell. I'm hearing it is the child custody case, in which you guys know they wanted the child custody case to be first before the Revenge P case, so that it will give it a little bit more push. Okay, that was smart of her attorneys to do that. Now, as you guys know, this case has been continued. Every time they have to go to court or get close to court, Martell pulls a fast one, files another motion. He and his attorneys and Alabama courts, they go right along with it. This case should have been solved a very long time ago. And I know you don't say it that way, but he and Mel are now coming up on 6-7 years of divorce. This shit should have been solved a long time ago. Martell has certain restrictions and requirements rather that he had to follow with the courts. And I'm hearing he still has not had a psych evaluation. That is something that he was supposed to get years ago. So can somebody please make me understand why this motherfucker can keep going to court and still have not done what the court have ordered him to do, and still he gets visitation with the children? I'll let y'all ponder on that just for a second. Why is Martell Holt, this person on my screen, allowed to still get visitation with his children that he loves so much? I love my 4 beautiful children. My 4 beautiful children. Every time you hear him, that's what he's saying. If you love your children, then you will better yourself so that you can be a better father to them, you nut. Why is he able to still keep coming to court and not be held in contempt for something that he's been asked to do? Now, I hear that they do have court this morning, if they haven't already gone. I can't wait to see what the outcome is, because if they continue this shit again, I'm going to know something. If they continue this court case again, I'm going to know something. Now, he's already on probation. Why don't they go ahead and violate him and at least lock him up for 30 days, and they can order him to get it in jail? And every time he don't comply, add another 30 days. I don't know what it is with Alabama court system, the way they just allow people to just be out here doing what the fuck they want. And they tell them, if you don't have this done by the next court date, then we're going to do this. And then you come to court and don't do the shit, and ain't nothing being done. I feel like Melody Cherie's attorneys definitely should step it up and ask for Martell to be violated and or arrested for not complying with the courts. He doesn't want to be better. I'm going to play a clip for you guys here in a second where he admits he's stuck. We already knew that. You holding on to Ariane because you're hoping that at some point Melody's going to ding and come back. You ain't letting Ariane go because you got to have something. Ain't no women beating Martell's door down to come to him, because the nigga has ruined his reputation being on this show. Now, he got a few pick-me's that's out there that's looking like, oh my God, he's so fine, but that's all he got. I don't even think the nigga fine. I don't think he's fine. I think that everything that we know about him has made Martell look very ugly. He ain't got no money. He ain't got shit. He don't have nothing going on. He got no businesses, nothing going on but some dick. And then we hear that ain't even popping, according to Melody. Because she said the whole damn marriage, she won't able to get no old moments. And we know what that is. Melody said that. Okay. So not only are you broke, but your D game is trash. Nah. That's what Melody said. I ain't say it. Damn, she done rolled her back for 4 kids, and your ass still didn't give her an old moment. Shame on you. I wouldn't still be with the nigga. I'm just saying. Because the goal is for both of us to be pleased. I damn sure ain't. And you wanted her to dirty her knees up, and you still didn't give her no old moment? Nigga, her head's supposed to be behind the head, but I won't get too graphic. I know we getting off the beaten path. But I'm just saying, the audacity of a nigga to sit here and think you want this lady after she done found out your ass is out here cheating to get on her knees to please you, and you can't even give her an old moment. You supposed to knock the dust off that shit. Her head's supposed to be behind the headboard. Baby, her wig's supposed to be behind the bed. But since you could not comply and do those things, she chose to get rid of your ass. And you're still using Ariane as a means to maybe make her jealous, or you just holding on to her because you don't have no other options. Okay? He ain't gonna let Ariane go because Ariane is going to do whatever he asks her to do. Okay? Any nasty little whatever. If he want to run a train on her, oh, she is child. She ready. Let the choo-choo begin. But let's go ahead and get into this. As I told you guys today, which is the 18th child of August, Martell Holt has court today for the child custody case. From what I've been told, he did not get his psych evaluation yet. He should be in contempt. He definitely should be held in contempt of court. All right, let's go ahead and look at this post here. Shout out to Own. If I got to edit it out, oh well. We're going to watch it right now, though, okay?
I thought...
So he's having a conversation here with Destiny, who is also stuck, okay? And he mentions here he is still stuck. He's still thinking about Melody Cherie. Ariana, I hope you're watching this. Okay, he's never gonna be over Melody. He says every time he see his kids, it's a constant reminder of what he lost. Let's get into it.
What a man knows, he knows. Like it just...
oh yeah, but you still got to take steps, especially when you 43 years old and when you've been married before and it seem fresh and you got children. Got to make sure that you don't just make any rash. My divorce. I'm still trying to shake off still though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reminded in terms of having 4 children by her every day.
Are you still stuck?
No, I'm not stuck. I'm not even thinking about my...
You think about it every day. That's stuck, bruh. I thought what a man knows, he knows. Like it just...
oh yeah, but you still got to take steps, especially when you 43 years old and when you've been married before and it seem fresh and you got children. Got to make sure that you don't just make any rash. My divorce. I'm still trying to shake off still though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reminded.
So if you knew it took you that long to get over a situation, why put yourself in it? Why play in somebody's face? Why be out here with 2 phones? Because Martell, you did a lot for somebody to still be stuck. Because you act like you had a whole lot of options. You really thought you was just shit like that. You were throwing up women in Melody's face like you just knew you was a shit like that. And as soon as she pulled a you on you, nigga, now you stuck. Now your wheels spinning in the mud. Now you can't take what's being done to you. Now you file emotions. Now you can't move on. And the person you getting advice from, shut your ass up because you stuck too. The same person reaching out to the Barrett girlfriend trying to get her to be on your case, girl, you stuck too. 2 minds think alike. These 2 people on my screen are the same person. Period. Ignorant ass individuals. Yes, I'm saying it. Just stupid as hell. I think that Melody and the court system need to be moved to another district. Because I swear, there's no fucking way that y'all been fighting this shit for over 6 years and ain't no, and I know you don't say ain't. I'm sorry. And there's no resolution yet. This has to be irritating. I feel like he's doing this shit on purpose because he's stuck. And this is his only way to get to see and or interact with Melody. Call me crazy. I feel like this is his only way to still have constant interaction with Melody in terms of holding on to the last little bit of whatever he thinks that it is. Because when I see her, she look like she is happy and running through the flowers like they did on Color Purple. Y'all know, Nettie and Celie, honey. Do, 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 do. Y'all remember that? Do, 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 do. That's Melody, honey. When you see her, she on vacation. She living her best life. Face card, face just gleaming, honey. She ain't think about his ass. But he's still sitting there, I'm stuck. I'm thinking about my 4 beautiful children. I'm still thinking about the divorce. Girl, heavy on the girl. Move on. This is some sick shit. You caused all this, Martell. You caused this. This is what you wanted. Then you tell Melody that the men, when Melody said, go and consult the older men to see what they tell you. Because, again, she's telling your mental maturity nigga was here. Go consult the older men to see what they say about you stepping out and having multiple women when you have a doting wife at home who's a great mother. You ran around, oh, she's a bad mother. You a bad father because you won't better yourself. You're a bad father because you abuse your children because your wife, your ex-wife, would not come back to you. You're a horrible father because you won't go and get a psych eval because you know they're going to find something. You know your ass is crazy. Your mama know you crazy. That's why she entertain your ass the way she do, because she don't want you to go crazy on her ass. She don't want you to tear out the rest of her hair in the front that she done lost. Fucking with you and her other crazy ass son. Like, damn. Can they get over this shit already? When I saw this today, I was like, please God, can they get over this case already so they can move along with the revenge piece and we don't have to talk about this shit no more? I feel like I'm in the middle of this because I feel like we all, as content creators, we all have lived this shit with them because we have talked about every single solitary detail, and Martell just keeps doing the same shit every single time. Like, literally, how many times are they going to move this case? How many times? Damn. Oh, let me play it one more time for you guys.
Find it in terms of having 4 children by her every day.
Are you still stuck?
No, I'm not stuck. I'm not
You
even
just
thinking about
said
my.
You think about it every day. That's stuck, bruh. I thought when a man knows, he knows. Like, it just.
Oh yeah, but you still got to take steps, especially when you 43 years old and when you've been married before and it seem fresh and you got children. Got to make sure that you don't just make
What
any
seems
rash. My divorce. I'm still trying to shake off still though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reminded in terms of having 4 children by her every day.
So now you remember you have 4 children, but you didn't remember that when you were stepping out. Why is your memory so clear now and was so foggy then? Because you went out and made a whole 5th child. You were 40-something years old then, or close to it. Why are you reminded now? Why do you care? You didn't think nothing about those kids when you leaving with Melody. Sugar Mama was a whole infant and you was over there Ariana's jumping up and down on her like a trampoline, making a whole nother babies, because she was pregnant multiple times. So now you think about every time I see my children, who you should not get to see until you follow every single solitary fucking order and or rule that the judge had passed down to you. I wouldn't, if I was Melody, I would say, can y'all please restrict his his visitations until, because that's all he holds on to, these children. Y'all know he already questioned them like they on First 48, honey. This nigga turned into Caroline Mason as soon as them kids walk through the door. And y'all know I'm not lying. Martell thinks he is Caroline Mason from First 48 when them kids walk through the door. Because he sit there and he questioned them from the time they're there to the time they leave. What is mama doing? Is mama dating? Da, 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 da. That's how he getting all this information on her to run to the courts and file these fucking motions. And if they don't give him the information, then he ready to pull out his belt or threaten them. Because you know the court say he can't spank them no more. Why do you now remember? This is so weird. And Destiny, you right here in the bullshit, because everything that Martell got going on, she know about it. She knows exactly what he's doing because she's trying to do the same thing with LeBerg. Now your ass done ran out here, Destiny, while we on you, filing a whole bankruptcy so that you don't have to pay LeBerg this money that you owe for your own son. So that makes you not a great mother, because it's your responsibility to pay half of whatever the bill is for your son to go to the doctor. The same doctor that you took him to when you claimed that your ex-husband, LeBerg, did something abusive towards your child. But you ain't going to go pay that bill when you took him to the doctor, when you know the shit was bullshit in the first place. So because he's trying to hold you accountable, like Melody was trying to hold Martell accountable, now you want to sit up here and give advice to him in terms of what he needs to do when you didn't take your own advice? You can get the fuck out of here too. At the same door that Martell go out. Because both of y'all full of shit. Both of y'all full of shit. I really hope that they come to a resolution with this today. Now, also I'm hearing Martell is still pushing for the 4th piece nuggets to stay off television and or the internet. So you can still post pictures of Knox, which is your side baby, but your biological children, who are business men and women, cannot be on social media and or TV to promote their business. What business do Knox have? How else are they going to build their businesses if they're not on social media, which is how most people build their businesses? You don't want them on there because you ain't getting no cut, nigga. That's what it is. You couldn't get none of that sugar mama money. So it's, nobody's on TV. If Melody ain't gonna give me half of sugar mama money, then nobody can be on TV. But you messed yourself up. Because had you played your cards right, you might could have got a little bit of the money. But you were acting like a little fuck nigga out here. So now you broke, busted, and disgusted, hiding out in other people's properties because you can't afford to pay rent where you're supposed to stay. Just stupid. You fucked up your whole life. For what? Now you're running from the courts every chance you get to avoid accountability. That's all this shit is. Marlene, let's go back to you. I blame you. I blame you for how you raised him and didn't raise him. Because you raised an individual who turned into an adult, if we can call him that, who does not see responsibility with 5 children now. So how the fuck you gonna raise them to have it? How you gonna discipline them when you have no discipline, Martell? I wouldn't, if I was the mother of those children. Melody, I hope you watching. If Miss Van, I hope you watch it too, because I know she watches my show. I would petition to the courts that his visitations be stopped until he complies with every rule and regulation of the court. Period. You will not see this. You will not see those children until you do. Nigga, you will get the most bonding time with Knox. Let that nigga drop kick you side your head till you get your shit together. You wouldn't see my kids, pick them up. Nigga, you wouldn't even drive by their school if it was up to me. Until you did what the courts told you to do. You don't pay child support. That's another thing. Melody got to buy everything for these children. Mel said he wanted all those kids. I'm not saying she don't love her kids. Martell wanted all these fucking kids. Well, not fucking kids, but all these kids. Let's say it that way. And you don't even pay child support. But you going to put Ariane up in the house and take care of her, and nigga, you don't even take care of your kids? How dare you? The audacity. What do you guys think? Will Martell, y'all put it in chat, do y'all think that Martell will pull a fast one in court today and file another motion, or do you think that they're going to finally hold his ass accountable and settle this damn case for the child custody case so that they can now move on to the revenge P case and go ahead and because he asked for a trial, mind you, when his ass was found guilty, when you know that there's evidence there of the shit that you were doing. Once again, no accountability. So you don't want to be found guilty for some shit that you did. So you ask for a jury trial when you know they're going to find your ass guilty again. You're probably going to get jail time. But I hope they do. I hope you get jail time. Let's move on. Oh, he irritates me. I just want to slap him, y'all. All right, so Carlos King, let me go ahead and call you out for putting out fake ass lies and bullshit for storylines, because we all have covered this bullshit from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And no, I'm not promoting the show, but I am calling out the lies and bullshit that Carlos and his production team, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, out here lying to the audience. Now, we already know that during this time that Lance came out, and I'm gonna show y'all the picture when it came out that there was another baby. It was said because Destiny co-signed it, but then she ran and snatched down that, because I searched high and low, y'all. I looked high and low for the video where Destiny came back fussing out the content creators. And y'all remember when I talked about it on my channel, where Destiny fussed at the content creators for saying that she is a desperate ass individual for dating Lance, knowing that he got a new baby out there. Well, she came back and said that we need to stop lying on her or something. She tried to threaten legal action in terms of saying that it was not Lance's baby, that it was Lance's daughter's baby, who is 18 years old. Do y'all remember we talked about that? Why are they putting this on Love and Marriage Huntsville as to say that Lance got a new baby? And now Nail's supposed to be coming over there 2 to 3 days out of the week to stay with Lance to help with this baby. Where's the baby mama? Y'all, this is some bullshit. That is Lance's daughter's baby. I'm going to show y'all here in a second. Lance is a grandfather, but they have put this shit on the show. That's why I said Carlos is so damn fake. Do you not know that the content creators already covered this shit? So it does not come off believable. That's why them fucking ratings are so low. Because you're making up shit as you go. Making up shit as you go. People saying, Destiny, you so damn dumb for being with Lance. Why he out here screwing around with somebody unprotected and got a whole baby. She came back and verified that that is not Lance's baby. That's his 18-year-old daughter. And that we as the content creators need to stop harassing her. Y'all remember that? Won't nobody harassing her. We were just reporting on what was said. Y'all be stopping harassing his daughter. She's only 18 years old. That's her baby. So now on the show is Lance's baby. Let's play this bullshit, y'all.
Mom came over to the house the other day. We were kind of recapping on the fact that when she was first born, you know, I spent a lot of time at the house, right? And you
spent a lot of time at our house.
Yeah, your house. Yes, sir, y'all's house, right? it was an adjustment period for everybody, right? Me adjusting to being away from home, you and mom adjusting to me being there.
I tried to say that to her too, and she just got like all bent out of shape because I'm like, it's a change. We haven't had an infant in the house in damn 28 years.
Lies. Lance has a child that's 5 years old. Well, I gotta always find the lies. Lance got a son. This is like damn near 4 or 5 years old. So y'all had an infant in the house since then. I'm pretty sure he's brought that baby to y'all house multiple times before your other grandchild.
She was like, well, you look tired and you look exhausted. I can tell in your voice and your appearance and this, that, and other. And I was like, well, of course. I mean, we got a newborn. I'm tired. I'm tired as hell. And she offered to come stay at the house 2 or 3 nights throughout the week. I will be honest. I could use a day or 2 or even 3 just to get some good sleep to where I can perform at my best capacity at my job or what I'm doing, right? I expressed to her, I want to know from you, from dad, knowing that are you good with that? Are you good with her?
To just straight up answer your question, hell no, I ain't good with it. Who the hell would be good with their wife being gone 2 or 3 nights out of the week?
Won't you gone a few nights? You gone for a whole, how many days? You gone for almost a couple years from there when you was out cheating. But she can't be gone a couple nights a week. Oh my. But anyway, shout out to Reality Entertainment TV. What y'all think about that? Now, Destiny, let me call you out, Destiny, because you're a whole liar too. Destiny's trying to help Lance with his storyline by removing the video where she said that was not Lance's baby, that it was the daughter's baby, to help out with this storyline. I figured that shit out. I said, this is why I can't find it, because they helping each other out with the storyline, which also helps with her storyline as well, because she was heard said on a clip that I didn't even know Lance had a baby until I saw it on social media. Y'all remember, it's out there. I didn't even know Lance had a baby. Well, you said he didn't have a baby, that his daughter had a baby. All right, let's continue. Let's show some receipts, child. I said, this is why she snatched that video down. Because she knew her ass was doing something she shouldn't have been damn doing. Trying to cover up these damn storylines. Carlos, you should be ashamed of yourself because we don't cover this bullshit. Beautiful baby. Beautiful baby. Beautiful baby. All right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ain't this beautiful, baby? Beautiful little baby. Okay. All right. So the little boy says Creed. The little baby's name is Creed. All right. Cute little baby. Cute little baby. Oh, Lord. My fallopian tubes just jumped. Hold on, y'all. All right. There he is. Okay. There he is. Little Creed, honey. That's little Creed. It's the baby that they trying to say Lance had on Destiny while they was fake dating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, little Creed. Ain't he cute? That little Creed. All right. Mm-hmm. That little Creed. Now let's go ahead on over to the other picture. This when we first found out that he had an older daughter. Let's go ahead and show. We got to connect the dots here. With these lying ass storylines. Production over there at Kingdom Reign. Y'all should be shaming yourself. And Destiny, you should be shaming yourself for deleting shit over there to keep this lie going. All right. So this is his daughter. This is his daughter who looks just like Nell. Don't she like Nell? This is his daughter, who Destiny said was 18 years old. This supposed to be her baby. This supposed to be her baby. Okay? What does shirt say? Papa, right? Mm-hmm. Don't just say Papa. You know, usually when you have a grandpa, you call him Papa. I used to call my grandfather Papa. Okay? That was my name I gave my grandpa. Papa. That's what I called him. So Papa, I mean, you didn't put daddy on your shirt. Now that's supposed to be his son right here. It's supposed to be Lance's son right here, the one we were just talking about, where they christened him, just say, oh, we ain't had an infant in the house in so many years. But that's your son right there. It's your grandson. So, but this little baby right here is said to be Lance's daughter, who is 18 years old, baby. Her baby. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. Yep. There again. Papa, honey. That's Papa. Don't she look like Nell? Them jeans are strong, ain't they? My Lord. Look just like Nell. There they go again. So this is the child. This is the girl here that Destiny told the bloggers to lay up off her. That's Lance's daughter, who is 18. You know, she's an innocent girl. Y'all harassing her. That's her baby. That's not Lance, baby. Lance don't have an infant. She did all that, threatening to sue people and everything. But now on this season, you are co-signing that this is Lance's baby. He ain't tell you that he had a baby out there when he was dating you. Y'all see the bullshit that we getting played with. Y'all remember that? She do look like Nell. I said, damn, this is like a younger version of Nell. Them damn jeans are so damn strong. like a younger version of Neil. Same face. I'm talking about same face, same body build, everything. I said, damn, Nell looked like she spit her out. Jesus. Nell Flesher. Ain't that what? That's what Wanda do call. But let's move along. Let's move on. Where's my brother? All right, so let's get into this last piece, child. We're gonna go. So now that we debunked the lies, for those of you that's still watching the show, all right, I'm not watching. I do see clips and I'll talk about that, but no, I'm not watching. They don't get a view out of me. You're not. I don't mean it's not even on my DVR no more. So Carlos, fuck you and these fake ass storylines. All right. Now, if I see a clip and it's somebody said broke nation. Oh, Brook Nation. I was about to say Broke Nation. What? All right, so Destiny is still pushing this Destiny's Law Foundation, even though we found out, and I covered on my channel as well, that Destiny's Law has already been out prior and it's already copyrighted by another company. So she's still pushing this Destiny's Law Foundation. I'm surprised she ain't been sued yet. Okay, y'all can look it up. It's a real thing. From a little girl who I think was abused or unalived or something like that. Her mother named the foundation that she created called Destiny's Law. So Destiny, baby, you might want to change your name for you can wind up getting sued now for copyright infringement out here. Okay. So she is still pushing her DV, domestic violence foundation out here. She's saying that she's a survivor, honey. And she's trying to help other women who have survived the same thing. It said that we're back with another BTS. Says it what's next for me outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I am stepping fully into my purpose by launching Destiny's Law Foundation to support and empower survivors of DV. Now, this work is deeply personal to me. Okay. And it is about more than surviving. It's about thriving. Okay. Make a donation. I knew a donation was coming. And stay tuned for upcoming events that will change lives, even though yours have not. But let's continue. Okay. So I'll pause it because it's music right now. When she starts talking, I'll put it back. Okay. If she getting dressed, y'all do a little photo shoot for this company that's already been out there before she began. All right. Adam shoot. You didn't know a way out, but it's documented that you were the one that was putting hands on LeBerick, and he was just trying to leave. Okay, that's been documented. We talked about that. So she's advocating for something that she initiated. So and she's turned it into a business, and she's asking for donations to donate, honey, so that she can, child. Anywho, so y'all see the fuckery that's going on here. But that is our show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I ain't gonna stay on the child because we already know I've covered this mess with this Destiny's Law Foundation. Destiny's Law is already out there. Again, go Google it. That's a foundation that was already out prior to her actually starting said foundation. So let's get on up out of here, guys. Y'all know I love y'all down. Thank you, honey, to everyone that stopped by my channel today to support. Ooh, got almost 600 people watching. Y'all better get in here, okay? Let me go ahead and thank my mods right quick. Scorpio Miss, thank you, love, for modding. Thank you so much, Sweet Essence, Rose Armstead, Truth TV Podcast, KBR, and Tyra. All right. Thank y'all so much for doing an awesome job. Y'all say you didn't hear. My apologies. All right. Thank you to all of my content creators who usually stop by here. I see you, Purple Unicorn. Schoolboy, if you were here, thanks for being here. Sunny Days. Thank you, Simple Mom Family TV, Astute Queen B. Thank you again, Purple Unicorn. Chef Don, if you stop by, because I know he usually pop in and out. Thank you so much. Do we have any more mods? Can you please let me know? Said, Rel, we missed the video sharing. Did I not share it? I thought I did. I'll go back. My bad, because y'all know sometimes hold on. I thought I shared. My bad. I'm about to end the show, child. I gotta go. All right, so let's go ahead and share, because sometimes your girl forget. All right, let's get on back.
So, what's your next chapter look like?
Again, let me stop the music and we'll just watch. And then when she gets to talking, then I'll go ahead and play it. So she's dressing up for a photo shoot for this Destiny Law Foundation promotion. All right.
So my next chapter looks like
Sharing my testimony so that it can be inspiring and healing for other women. Giving to my nonprofit, which is Destiny's Law, named after myself and my son.
Stop. Now, whoever the person is that's supposed to be dressing you love, now you could have went and got at least get your bottom of your shoes painted. Because that don't even look good. If you're going to put your feet up like that, at least have clean bottom. Because that it's a distraction. See, I was distracted when I saw that. And you put them feet up, it look like you walked in some shit or something. I don't know what that is about your shoes. But you look like you wore them a whole lot. And that's okay. Because that's what you're supposed to do with shoes. But maybe go and get them bad boys painted on the bottom so that you can give a look, okay? So you can give a good look, girl, when you are putting your feet up there, if that's what you choose to do in your photos. All right. Those look like you kind of, got a lot of wear and tear out of them. Let's continue.
For survivors of domestic violence, for people that are trying to figure a way out, that need assistance, because I didn't have assistance. I didn't know that it was help there. This chapter of my life looks like evolution. It looks like me getting everything back that the locust stole. Just thrive.
Getting everything back that the locust stole. But didn't you steal? You stole $20,000 and ran and filed for bankruptcy, and then you also turned around and didn't you sign off on some paperwork? Didn't you sign LeBeric's name on some shit for something, and he had to go and file some charges against you? And it sounds like it. It sounds like you the problem here, but okay.
Like this chapter of my life is thriving for sure.
There you go.
What's up?
So this is what she's doing. She's now gearing up to further promote her Destiny's Law Foundation. Y'all know she has those broken candles out that you can buy. Child, them high ass candles is $50 a piece. Where you can go on over there off Alibaba and get about 20 of them hoes, about $3.99. I showed y'all that too. So Destiny is out here destinying, child. Okay, she's out here destinying. At least she can keep her businesses going. Martell can't seem to do that, but y'all know she know how to start a business. But in terms of keeping it going, I don't know. But so that is it, and that is all. My apologies for not sharing the last time. Let's stop sharing and let's get on out of here because I gotta go. Y'all gotta get my work done. All right. So love you guys down again. Thank you to everyone, of course, all my caramellians. Thank y'all. Yeah, she owes LeBeric $20K. Y'all know that. All right, and they got court coming up for that in I think November. Yeah, November. They got to go to court again in November. I already covered it. Okay, I was the one that broke the story too. So shout out to me. Thank you guys again for all being here. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank y'all for subscribing. Please don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on over to the Caramel Rail Show and subscribe. All right. And like the video as well so we can push it to the algorithm. You guys have a wonderful Monday. I will see you guys for our midday pop-in. Keep your notifications on so you guys will know when we go live. All right. If nothing else, let's get out of here. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go, 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 go.